Pizza, beef jerky, ice cream, some of the sinister and unexplained phrases that have come up in the Epstein files thousands of times. There's been talk in the past of Pizzagate, political scandals, the word pizza actually being a code word for something very, very dark. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the most bizarre, chilling, and dark code words that have appeared in the Epstein files, and I'm going to tell you that really, behind the scenes, some of the most powerful people in the world are actually using secret codes to talk about some of the most dark and disgusting things that you could possibly ever imagine. And we're going to start off with the most famous example, pizza. Okay, you might have heard of Pizzagate. You might have heard of certain types of pizza being used as a code word for very horrible and illegal things that are shared online. Say no more. Here are a few examples of some of the unusual uses of pizza in the Epstein files. The Epstein files contain over 900 references to pizza with an unclear meaning. This message says, she looks pregnant. And he says, you mean radiating a soft glow with the look of bliss and excitement? Yeah, that's the pizza. Says, I wanted to let you know that the crew really appreciated the pizza today. Thanks for letting us do that. Right? Not thanks. We really appreciate. Thanks for letting us do that. We gave you pizza. Thanks for letting us. Okay. Let's say 4 p.m. It shouldn't take too long. Maybe a couple of hours for the casting. Then I will make pizza. I will make the pizza mold after. I'll have it ready for when you come back. Since we're not going for crazy detail, you can just either wear skin tight nylons or just a thong if you want, or nothing. It's entirely up to you. But this one's mostly going to be about contours. What? Pizza mold. This is from Harry Fitch to Jeffrey Epstein. Holy shit, chunky. I forgot about that. What time do you want to get pizza and grape soda tomorrow? Is this how adults talk? Is this how adults that are the high minds of finance talk about what they're getting up to? Pizza and grape soda? The subject line of this, it says, spoof on Chandelier, the video I sent you of the amazing little girl dance. Said, totally loved it. Pizza party was great. We had a lot of fun, stayed late, and we all slept in yesterday morning. Your night was good? This one, alert, send pizza to Bobby. Send pizza to Bobby. Make sure Bobby gets some pizza. Your pizza is yummy, yummy. Thank you for the pizza today. Really good, XO, smiley face, blank. No pizza for breakfast, and go and do your homework. Take care, Mike. Big redaction. Daphne Wallace to Jeffrey Epstein. May I bring in your slice of pizza to you? Respectfully, Daphne. Another message to Jeffrey Epstein, vacation@gmail.com. I didn't do it. Here is a joke of the day. What does a gynecologist and a pizza boy have in common? They can smell it, but they can't eat it. Right. Another message from Erin Coe. Says, also, I just want to say, I think that pizza is going to be extra challenging to pull off. It's not chocolate or sugar, which starts out liquid and hardens. Under the best of circumstances, pizza dough can be a pain in the ass, pardon the expression, to work with. Normally, you want to cook it lying flat. Even cake batter is easier, so just keep that in mind. It might be really hard to get the pizza thing to work, but I'll make you a bakeable mold. Reply said, yeah, there's nothing like butt cake. Those whose names are involved have deleted all social media. Demons live above us. Cheese pizza and grape soda. Shit is subtle as a brick to the face. People are saying, what is a pizza mold? Saying it might actually mean a pizza mold, lol. They refer to sugar and chocolate molds in the last slide in reference to making a cake. I don't think I've ever seen these food items be purported to be used as hidden slang by PDFs referring to sugar and chocolate. People saying, I highly doubt that. Why would they randomly start talking about food alongside? I don't think they're smart enough to do that solely for the purpose of casting doubt. Just look at this quote. Maybe a couple hours for the casting with the words ass in capitals. Then I'll make a pizza mold after. I'll have it ready for when you come back. Since we're not going for crazy detail, you can just wear either skin-tight nylons or a thong if you want. Considering they capitalized ass in the same thread about bad stuff and talked about revealing clothing in the sentence immediately after, it probably does mean something else. Casting might refer to selecting a star, and molding to sound like means preparing a set. Sickening shit. It says they're making the mold to make a butt-shaped cake and possibly a pizza. That's why the pain in the ass pun and the butt cake reference at the end seems like some boomer bachelor party shit, considering his other emails are not exactly subtle. Okay, this word pizza and its nefarious usage has actually been connected to former President Bill Clinton, who was allegedly close to Epstein, and his 1998 scandal with the White House intern Monica Lewinsky that basically blew apart the presidency, let's say. No Pun intended, for sure.
The president speaks forcefully with his most emphatic denial yet of sex and lies in the Monica Lewinsky case.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. I never told anybody to lie, not a single time, never.
At the same time, Special Prosecutor Ken Starr increases the pressure on Lewinsky to testify against the president as the White House remains under fire.
So you remember this, right? This was a little storm in a teacup compared to what's going on now. But at the height of the investigation, a poem would circulate that Lewinsky had reportedly written as a child, where she metaphorically described herself as a slice of pizza.
Okay, it was written, the poem is a poignant rumination on how, quote, I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast, if you're weird. She goes on to describe herself, quote, as a round and flat piece of dough with lots of topping. I am a mouth's best friend. I make you say, yum, yum. It's amazing how kids know at a young age what they're going to do with their life.
Was that Jerry Seinfeld laughing? Yeah, he would find that shit funny, wouldn't he? So here's the full poem. Okay, I'll read you the whole thing. All right. And just you know, these weird ways that pizzas kind of come up over the years. It's very odd. It's very creepy. Just doesn't make sense. Okay. So here it is, right? This is the full poem. It says, I am a pizza. I can be a delicious lunch, dinner, or breakfast if you're weird. I have a great deal of toppings on me. I am round with a flat piece of dough with lots of toppings. I make your mouth water. I'm very good to eat, but I'm fattening. I'm a mouth's best friend. I make you say yum yum. I am a pizza. Bit weird, right? Does make you wonder whether that was something that people picked up on. Maybe that was where some of this vernacular, I don't know. Honestly, don't know. Okay. But there's other code words in the Epstein files that have been tied to very strange, unusual, and sometimes disturbing emails, such as candy. Okay. The phrase candy was used a few times. Email from Jed Garland to Jeffrey Epstein. Subject candy. Wanted to come for a second visit on Friday at 2:30. Does that work, or should I tell him next week? Candy, right? What's the subject about? Just candy. Just wants to come through. Just wants to come through on candy related business. All right. Another example of this came up. This one says from Lola Blank to Lola Blank from Jeffrey Epstein. All right. They would have a back and forth. I'll read you the whole thing from the bottom to the top. All right. In your opinion, how is sex related to trust? Epstein replied, a continuum. She replied, possible. Sorry for the typo, sent from my iPhone. Replied, still experimenting, but on a different level. Into me, see? He said, details? Replied, what is your best student? Oh, sorry. I take higher risk in order to have higher return. What is your best student received so far? He replied, bliss. All right. Said, try Faust. This will be hard. Said the deal was worth it. Said, my Mephistopheles. Staring naturally, I try things. If it makes me happy, I do it. And if it doesn't, I don't do it very easily. And I had great sex. Not good enough. Make happy is cheap, like sweet candy. It has to get you thinking, otherwise it will all fade quickly. She replied, so girls are like candy? He said, everything is like candy. Sweet, too sweet, chewy, long-lasting, bitter, want more, never again, etc. Replied, says, you are having way too much candy. You want more and more as you get bored by the taste, easier and faster. It's a vicious circle. And Jeffrey Epstein replied, no, if you don't like a candy, it's better to spit it out and try another. You should go back to being a student and stop attempting to philosophize. It's childish. Said, I am being a student. Said, you are having way too much candy. You want more and more and you get bored by the taste, easier and faster. It's a vicious circle. This is not a question. It's a conclusion and a waste of your time. Now, another code word that's come up that people think is very creepy is cream cheese. This one is dark. All right. This is an r/conspiracy. We're going to join. Said, lol, I don't know if cream cheese and baby are on the same level. It's okay. There's still enough time today. I'm trying to schedule priming for 5:30. Fuel explosion for 9:45 p.m. We'll bring a new engine startup video. And Jeffrey Epstein replied, said, there are millions of babies, very little good vegetable cream cheese. There's a number of things. Now, also, the word flesh comes up a lot in quite creepy ways. Okay, here is an example. I'm going to read it from the bottom upwards so that it comes in order. Jeffrey Epstein wrote, does Ambani want fish? They replied, is he vegetarian? So no flesh of any kind, smiley face. They replied, okay, even Irish? And that is actually Jeffrey Epstein to the Sultan. Okay, he is vegetarian, no flesh of any kind. So they're making these little jokes, right? Making these little jokes, these little goofs and gaffs. Another message to Jeffrey Epstein. Meet me at class 9:30. So many hot girls promise. Hurry NYC. 30 between 6 and 7. Then we go matcha, okay? Promise an abundance of young pussy flesh. Love, A. When are we going to stop these folks that have been implicated in this thing? It is a disaster. It is a disaster. So the word shrimp came up in some quite nefarious ways, and I'll give you a bunch of examples of that too. So the way that the word shrimp came up, this is an email that basically said, I saw you sent me an email with a file attached, but the IT guys at the bank blocked it for some security reason. They did you a favor, to be honest. I have a private email that can be used, though, blank. Besides, Ariane is in the Bordeaux vineyards until Wednesday, and it looks like she has no iPhone or something. Sorry about that. Hope you're well. Reply said, no problem. A friend that built Beijing Airport asked if I knew a bank that was interesting. I thought I'd run it by you if it were good for you. I'm not involved in any way, or I wouldn't expect to be. They said, thanks, very nice of you. Where are you now? On my island in the Caribbean with an aquarium full of girls. That's Jeffrey Epstein saying that. Shrimp came up a bunch of times as well. Okay. There's a set of email. Are you feeling better? Let me know if there's anything else I can do. Jeffrey Epstein replied, no, bed. I'm laying on the floor, so it can't move. So it can't move. Replied, oh, poor you. I know how much you hate those stomach aches. Compilation preview, creamy shrimp. And the attachment is shrimp in cream sauce, JPEG, twins, PNG. That's gross. That's gross. All right. People say he's probably talking about food, right? He's probably talking about his cooking. Give me a break. Okay. This is another email. We don't actually see the email itself, but it's the subject line to Jeffrey Epstein. Blank is asking if we need blank, the shrimp. Otherwise, blank doesn't want to help her with the agency. Wonder if that's got anything to do with these modeling agencies these guys be having. Another set of emails, all right. Basically says, call blank, she will give you a massage, and she looks better than shrimp anyway, and good with massages. They're not talking about food. People want to say, oh, they're probably just talking about food. You know, everyone eats food. Cap. They are not talking about food. It's cap. All right. This message, all the best, blank. Said meeting blank tomorrow, shrimp. They are not talking about food. I'm not being gaslit into thinking that they're talking about food. All right. And this one says yummy. Okay. This is a set of emails and a bunch of images that were sent. Yummy Land was the subject line, okay? This is an email to Thomas Pritzker. It said from Ghislaine Maxwell. I can't remember if I told you that I finally slept my first night at 65th. Just about the only thing the house needs is a yummy guest. From blank to Jeffrey Epstein with an image attached. Yummy, smiley face. Another blank redacted sender to Jeffrey Epstein. Images photo.jpg. My new acquisition. He is so yummy. Another message to blank from Rosalind Fontanilla saying thanks. And another message from Leslie Groff would write, just had a little triangle and so yummy, smiley face, thank you. And the last one I'm going to show you is the last two catchphrases is pistachio and ice cream. And by this point, I'm not believing at all that he's talking about food. And beef jerky was another one. We've already explored that in another video. That kind of been debunked, but also I still have my suspicions. From Jeffrey Epstein to Nathan M. Thanks for letting me attend Kirkland Kindergarten. I did not get the pistachio ice cream, but maybe next time. Who is letting this man attend a kindergarten? That's what I want to know. It is disgusting. It is disgusting. Okay. Another email says, I'll be on Seattle on the 3rd, seeing Bill at 3:30. Are you around? And Nathan Muravold said, yes, I'm around. You can come to the lab and taste the pistachio ice cream if you like. I'd be happy to get together. Excuse me? So the last one I'm going to show you is this, and it's on Reddit, okay? Ice cream boarding, my version of torture, all right? I don't think they're talking about food. Jeffrey Epstein wrote, how was the dinner? And a blank person said, I had a piano player and a mousy diplomat spouse. I tried my best, but snooze. My mum sat next to Leon, but I fear she was so excited to talk to him. She's the one who's been telling me what a genius he is for years. She may have overwhelmed him. Sweet. Gen Con was future of Europe and America, Euro debt, basic stuff everyone knows about, the Israel-Gaza status, stats about the election, particularly the minority vote. Ironic at a table full of grizzled white people who don't know one gay person or one black person between them. No fights, no laughs, lots of clapping. Replied, how about a hit list for next subjects to ice cream boarding, my version of torture? Replied, what is ice cream boarding? Waterboarding with ice cream? I imagine today's torture for you, all of the food and talk about food and cooking food and gorging oneself. Happy tea day anyway. People saying piano player, have y'all seen the diary? Sick. Okay. I want to be waterboarded with ice cream. I'm sorry, but what universe is that code for anything other than gluttony? Some people don't believe it, but I think the shrimp one is convincing me that he's not talking about food. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that he was talking about... Do you think Jeffrey Epstein was just having innocent conversations about food in his emails? Do you think that? If you think that, that's fine. You can be my guest. You can think that. I don't think that. I don't think that. I think these are code words for really, really disgusting things. Let me know what you think. All right, I'll leave it at that. I've got another video on Epstein that I'm going to do tomorrow. Done some other topics. I just did a video on UFOs and that big scandal going on with Obama and Trump. And I actually have some pretty compelling evidence of UFOs in that video. So let me know what you think of that. I'll catch you guys in the next video. And for now, I'm out, gang. Peace.